What's up, tribe? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling tonight? This is gonna be Love and Hip Hop, season 7, episode 6, I think. Um, but hold on, bear with me, y'all, because it's a whole lot to unpack in this episode. We had a lot that happened, a lot went down. Now, the episode starts off with, you know, last week we ended with people getting in town for this trip, and some people were on different flights. So we start off with Carly, Melissa, and Tokyo in the bus, the van or whatever, taking them to the hotel. And of course, they not speaking. Carly and Tokyo not speaking. Tokyo still mad at Carly, whatever. I still feel the way I felt last week. Tokyo, you know I love you. You still my girl and all that. I don't understand why you are mad at Carly. I don't get it. And even if you were irritated with Carly, I don't understand the level of your anger. I really, really don't. Because, but then you said something on the bus that let me know why you mad. You keep going back and forth between Tobias. Tobias is your man. Tobias not your man. He is your man. He not your man. I get it. Y'all broke up, but he's still on your line every night. I get that. He's still flirting with you. He's still talking that shit. Y'all still trying to figure out if y'all gonna work this out. I get that. But at the end of the day, don't nobody know that shit but you. Because the last thing you told Carly was that y'all weren't together. And so Carly acted accordingly. Now, when the whole thing went down at the bowling alley, Carly says that she called you. And I believe that Carly called you. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that Carly called you. One, because Carly a whole lot of things, but Carly don't do too much lying. And that's not a lie she would tell. Now, Carly might lie to save her own ass, but she ain't going to lie with no dumb shit like that to save Tobias's ass, right? Plus, two, you were mad at her. So I could very well see that you saw her name pop up on your phone and you was like, fuck that bitch. And delete and send her the voicemail. But I'm going to tell you the third reason why I believe that she called you, because you switched up in the middle and said, well, why you ain't text me or something? I mean, you text me any other time. See, that tells me that you do remember that she called you. But now you saying you ain't do enough to contact me. And you were like, and then you made the comment, you know that's my man, or you claimed him. Okay, well, that's why you mad. You mad because you feel like Carly didn't do enough to let you know that your man was hanging out at the bowling alley with another chick. And in Carly's mind, he not your man. He your ex-man. And she was just letting you know that he hanging out with Spice out of courtesy. Not that she thought that you and him had this big thing going on. But anyway, I ain't going to dwell on that. But again, Tokyo, I think you mad at the wrong people. However, you redeem yourself later, and I'm going to get to that in a second. So next we see Just Brittany. She's in town. She riding in, neighborhood ride, the candy apple red, I don't know my car, so I ain't going to try to name a car, but, one of them old joints with it was souped up. That's all I can say. And you meeting up with Tierra at the spot to get the grills. Now, I thought you was going to get Tierra some grills because you was like, I'm going to show her how we do it in the A. I mean, in the H. I said the A. In the H. So I'm thinking, all right, you about to hook her up with some grills. Now, I don't know if you intended to hook her up with some grills, but then the conversation went left when she showed up with Jasmine, or you wasn't really going to do it and y'all was just taping a scene there. I don't know what happened. But Tierra walks in with Jasmine. So Just Brittany is like, now, I didn't ask this hoe. I told this hoe not to bring this other hoe. So why these hoes here? I feel the same way. Because see, if that's me, you totally disrespected me. I invited you as my plus one. And not only did you bring a second plus one without telling me, but this is somebody I told you not to bring. Like, if you had showed up with some old random person that, maybe I was cool with, maybe I wasn't. But I specifically told you not to bring this person. We got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. But of course, Just Brittany handled it. She basically let Jasmine plead her case and, say, I'm not here to cause no problems or no drama. I just, I've really been trying to get in touch with Rasheeda and I really want to just, talk to her. And again, is this the right time or place? First of all, if the bitch won't talk to you in Atlanta, what the hell? Why are you chasing her ass to Houston? What kind of bullshit is that? But whatever. In your mind, you have made up in your mind that you have something to say to Rasheeda, and you're not going to let that shit go until you say what you got to say to Rasheeda. And I done told you twice already in previous videos, so I ain't dwelling on it. But you don't have nothing to say to Rasheeda. And Rasheeda lets you know that shit, but we'll get there in a minute. That's later. We get there. Then we get to the first big scene of the episode. Mimi and Sierra bring Spice and Tokyo together to try to have a kumbaya. That's the word of the week. A kumbaya, because they're like, we got to be here for the whole week together, and let's go ahead and squash this beef now. Tobias ain't even on this trip, so let's all find a way to get along, and So here's where, Tokyo, you have redeemed yourself to me. Not that you needed to redeem yourself. I still loved you. I just didn't like the way you handled the Carly thing. But with that being said, y'all, Spice gets there first. And they tell Spice, look, I think they told Spice we invited Tokyo, whatever. But by that time, Spice was already there. Tokyo walks in, and Tokyo's like, what the fuck? First of all, Mimi and Sierra, you may have really meant well, but you don't blindside people like that, especially people, hotheads like Sierra and Tokyo. Like, you don't blindside them like that. But I think your heart was, sorry, I think your heart was in the right place, though. But that was just some bullshit. Like, that, the way you did that was fucked up. And Tokyo is automatically on guard. Like, you could hear it in her voice. You could see it in her mannerisms. She's like, all right, well, why are we here? What are we doing here? And Mimi was like, look, they explained the situation. Like, we just figured out, let's all sit down. Let's figure out a way to get along. Spice, you was, okay, so here's my beef with this. Spice, you was fucking wrong. But Spice, I was rocking with you too, because I liked you too. But the way you carried yourself this episode was totally fucked up and uncalled for. And as a big girl, I had a problem with your whole mannerism. Because the first thing you said was, well, I'm not trying to body shame, but everything that came out your fucking mouth was how fat she was, and you fat this, and, well, you don't need to really be eating nothing, and you don't really need a meal, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And Tokyo was like, well, you ain't but like a Happy Meal away. Like, you ain't no little chick. And Spice, you not. You not no little girl, Spice. Now, you not Tokyo size, but you ain't no little chick. So all that body shaming, the only thing that you can say out your mouth is you fat, you calling her a cow, calling her octopus. Like, you done called her all kinds of shit. But everything you done said is connected back to her being big. First of all, she said she didn't have no fucking problem with you. And for that, Tokyo, kudos. Because you said off the break, I don't have no problem with you. My issue is with Tobias. Then, Spice kept the shit going. She kept doing this and kept doing that. And Tokyo was like, well, look, go ahead and say what the fuck you got to say. Because it's obviously something you got to tell me. You obviously have something you want to say to me. So what? Y'all fucking around? Is that what you want to say to me? She was like, because he was on my Insta Snap last night. So what you saying? And then, of course, I don't know if Spice didn't have a comeback or Spice was just like, she mumbled something. And I honestly didn't understand what she said either, but I'm sure it wasn't something nice. And Tokyo was sitting there like, what the fuck did she just say? And then, and Spice is just doing this the whole time, just making them little smart ass comments, And my thing is, once Tokyo said, I don't have a problem with you, nigga, order lunch, order some brunch, and let's keep it moving, because cool. You don't have a problem with me. I don't have a problem with you. The person in the middle is Tobias, and I'll deal with his ass when I get back to Atlanta. And she said that to you, so that should have been the end of it. But you kept poking at her ass. You kept pushing her, and she tried. She did. She absolutely tried to keep that shit above board. She tried to avoid any type of confrontation with your ass until finally she had enough. She had enough. And she got up to leave, and she Sierra'd your ass. Because from now on, anytime somebody hits somebody with a motherfucking purse, it's going to be Sierra. She Sierra'd your ass. She threw that fucking purse across the damn table at your ass. And then, of course, there was a skirmish, in the words of Alexander Rogers. And so, but in that case, yeah, Tokyo hit her first or threw the bag, but Spice, you was the instigator of that, and you were wrong, and I'm mad about it. I'm mad for Tokyo, and Tokyo was so upset, and I mean, she was so upset she was shaking. She was like, I don't want to be that chick anymore. Like, I didn't come here to argue with people. I didn't come here to get into fights. I don't want to be that person anymore. And I think she really meant that. Like, you could see she was physically upset, not over the fight, because that was some bullshit. That wasn't even no real fight, for real. But she was physically upset at the whole situation, and she was like, I don't want to be this person anymore. And I felt you, Tokyo, and I felt so bad for you, because in that moment I could tell that you really truly meant that shit. Like, I really felt like you did. Alright, So after that, we need a little bit of comic relief. So we pan over to Mama D. Y'all, Mona, if you don't fucking give Mama D her own show, you are missing a golden damn opportunity. Get her, Karen King, Rasheeda mama, and find somebody else's mama. Who else got a mama on the show? No. Who else mama? Does Stevie J have a mama on the show? Like, have we ever seen his mother on the show? I don't know. Find another mama. Y'all get you 4 good women together and give them some shenanigans. Put them on a road trip like y'all did with Tiny and Shakana, or they did with back in the day with Hilton and Richie. I don't know. But Mama D ass is fucking hilarious. So Mama D done let Ernest move back in. Now let me say this to you, Mama D. Now, Mama D, you old school and you from the hood and you know that you fucking know better than that. And you not gonna tell me that on Monday this dude is smoking crack, but you gonna let him move into your house on Wednesday. You know, like I know, a crackhead will rob you fucking blind while you sitting there. Why would you let this dude back in your house? He don't have to take a drug test, be 6 months sober, have some chips from NA or something before he come up in my house. I be damned. We can date. I'll meet you down at the movie theater, but you ain't moving back in my house. Your ass was smoking crack last week. Is you crazy? Mama, do you know better than that? But anyway, so she fucking with Ernest. She pretended like she still sore from the lipo and shit. Your ass done been on stage shaking your ass, twerking and some more stuff. You done been hanging out with Nurse Bay, but your ass is fine. Your breast fine, your stomach fine, and your ass is fine. You playing games with Ernest. But Ernest told her ass, he was like, look, I came back because I love you and I want to try to make my marriage work. But what I don't want to do, I'm not playing this game with you. Like, you're not going to be summoning me. She had her little glass and she was hitting the glass with her tiara and shit. She was like, what you're not going to be doing is summoning me, with a glass and a tiara. He said, I feel like you treat me like a dog or something, like you calling me like I'm a dog. He was like, I'm not doing that with you. Like, I want to be here and I love you, but we're not doing that. And Mama D was like, but, I'm just so sore. I just need your help. Y'all, Mama D's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna just go ahead and skip to the other scene with Mama D because we're gonna get to the drama. We're gonna go back to Houston. But the other thing that happened this episode, Scrap and Bambi come home. He said Bambi hasn't been feeling well, so he took her out and he's been really trying to pamper her up or whatever. They pull up to the house. He can't even pull in his own damn driveway because it's workers and shit all in the driveway. It's a ladder in front of the house. They're like, Scrappy ass talking about something. Who is you? Like, I can't even get my own damn driveway. Who the fuck is you? Can you get out my way? They go in the house. Mama D got drop cloths, plastic. She in there trying to mix up some fucking paint. It's motherfuckers going in the refrigerator and shit. Baby was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, what are y'all doing? Mama D asked, and Mama D got this look on her face like, that's why I say she need her own show, because her ass had that I Love Lucy thing going on, like, oh shit, Ricky, you caught me, And she was like, well, I just thought I would try to do something nice. I was going to baby-proof the house and, paint the nursery. And it's Scrap talking about something. My crazy-ass mother is the only motherfucker in the world that would try to put a nursery in the kitchen. Where am I cook at? And she has torn this house up. And I don't know how long they've been gone, but she done tore this house up. So they put her out, Bambi is like, look, Mama D, I didn't let you slide. I didn't give you a whole lot of leeway, but you are doing the most. And I'm going to need you to chill out. I'm going to need you to get out because I'm not feeling good. Mama D told myself, I'm sorry, you right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to leave right now. And her ass get the moving. She got on these overalls, got her hair with a bandana over her wig and stuff. And she walking out talking about some, look, I'm John Wayne. I'm walking out John Wayne. And Scrap was like, how you gonna get home? Like, where's your ride? She talking about something. I got a horse. Y'all, I died. Like, I was done. That damn Mama D. I was done with her ass. But anyway, so back to Houston. Because I'm getting Atlanta out the way. Because we about to go back to Houston and stay in Houston. So, they getting ready to go to the grand opening of press. No, rewind. Sierra goes to talk to Tokyo. And this is another reason, Tokyo, she hurt my heart this episode. I felt so bad for her because Tokyo was still upset, and she was like, I'm not gonna let nobody send me home, but if I gotta sit in this damn hotel room, I will, because what I don't want is to mess up anybody else's trip. Like, I don't want to go to the grand opening because I don't want it to be an altercation. Like, I know I'm not going there looking for no problems, but I don't know if Spice is looking for some problems. So I don't want to even bring that to Rasheeda. Respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can respect that that's where she's coming from. Then we have so they talk about it or whatever, and Sierra's like, I really feel bad, like that wasn't, and and they just rehashed the whole thing, and Tokyo was like, she just kept picking at me and picking at me, she act like she's skinny mini or something, and so that was kind of how that scene went down, but she said she wasn't going to go to the grand opening, so she didn't go to the grand opening, but she did say she would come to the after party, so okay. So then we go into the grand opening. Another one that cracks me up is this damn petty ass Carly. So Carly comes out with Melissa, and then here come the guys, Sean Garrett, Jock, and BK. They come out. And Sean Garrett and Carly ain't even speaking at this point. So Carly, being the petty person that she is, y'all know how she is. She don't speak to BK. She don't speak to Sean Garrett. But she goes over and gives Jock this big ass fucking hug. And Jock was like, Carly's so petty. Like, he's it's not even a question mark that he knows exactly what she's doing. He was like, but it is so good to be on the other side of the petty. Like, it's so good that it's not me this time. And so when the buses come, Carly's like, I don't even want to ride on the bus with him. I don't even want to ride on the bus with him. So they end up on two separate, like, party buses. Now, how Jock ended up on the bus with all the women, I don't know. Because that's where he was. He was with all the women. And, of course, they're having two separate conversations. And so they're rehashing the fight. They're rehashing what happened with the fight or whatever. And then Carly and Jock, they get to flirting and shit. And Jock was like, what'd he say? He said, ain't nothing wrong with a little vacation flirtation. Now, wasn't their asses flirting last year in Jamaica? Didn't the same thing go down in Jamaica last year where they was flirting? They wasn't together. They were still mad at each other, but they somehow ended up in the hotel room together. And that's what Jock said. Jock was like, I know what Carly doing. I know Carly messy as hell. But sometimes it's cool to be on the other side of it. And he even, alluded to maybe they could hook up, And Carly was like, because he said something about being a rebound. And Carly was like, a rebound means we would have to have sex. Like, a rebound is sex. And they got the flirting. I think that was pretty much all that happened on the buses. So then we get to the grand opening. Of course, the line is down the street, around the block, and Rasheeda's all excited, and everybody come on up in the party and everything, and they do the whole I'm so glad that you came. So happy for you to be here. And Jock is funny too. Jock talking about, how nice everything is and how Rasheeda about to make a coin because the line is down the street, around the corner, and, all that good stuff. So, of course, they got to do the whole little scene where Rasheeda act like she don't know what's going on. Because she talking about, so where's Tommy? Now, good and daggone well. Even if, because that was some real shit that happened with the whole Tommy thing with production coming in. But good and damn well that everybody text Rasheeda as soon as that conversation was over. So, Rasheeda, don't sit there and act like you ain't know where Tommy was. You know exactly where Tommy was. You know Tommy wasn't there. So then she was like, well, where's Tokyo? And then they had to break down what happened with the whole Tokyo thing or whatever. So Rasheeda was like, all right, look, I don't know why they not here, but we about to have ourselves a good time. Anyway, let's get it cracking. So and here go Petty Carly again. Because Carly is mad at Tokyo, of course, now she all on Spice's side with the situation, talking about something. Well, I don't really, because Mimi and them was telling Spice, like, you was picking at her, like, you were wrong. You picked at her, you started the whole thing. And here go Carly. Yes, but there is really no need for violence. Everybody was looking at Carly like, really? Mrs. flipping tables and throwing. They went back to the scene last season when she flipped the damn snack tray over on Estelita's ass, and like that whole thing. Like, Carly, really, Carly. So then we get to the after party, because that's pretty much all that happened. I mean, you see them actually opening up and all that good stuff. Erica shows up, so Erica Mena's there. So we get to the after party. And Just Brittany is performing. Erica Mena is heckling her ass because, Erica's still mad about her talking about her child or whatever, going back to that whole situation. So Erica is heckling her, and just Brittany is like, I don't really appreciate people talking during my performance. But Erica, you shouldn't have been heckling her, but just Brittany, like, just perform. Like, you're gonna have people talking while you perform. I mean, it was a intimate setting. You weren't at an arena. Like, you were in a small club, and you're gonna hear conversations, and people are gonna do what they're gonna do. Like, you don't have no big hit on the radio where the whole room is gonna stop and sit down and listen to you. At least, not that I know of. If she does, y'all break it to me because I've never heard any of her music before. Um. Oh shoot, sorry. Um, so you got that whole thing going on with Erica Mena, and Erica talking about because Sean Garrett is like, well, what's wrong? Why you don't really rock with her? And she was like, cause she this and she that, and of course Brittany in her confessional talking about, Erica is just jealous of me because, I'm up here and I'm actually performing and I'm actually working. And then Sean Garrett going to talk about, so well, I'm mad you ain't, I heard you doing music. I'm mad you ain't reached out to me. So I guess Sean Garrett going to start flirting with Erica. That's her storyline, I guess. Talking about some, you know, um, I'm mad you haven't reached out to me. I want to work with you. I've been watching you. You making moves. Da 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 da. Whatever. Just Brittany finishes performing, and she was like, I really want to smack the shit out of Erica Mena right now, but I'm gonna be the professional. And she was. I will give her credit. She handled herself very professionally. She went over to Kurt, went over to Rasheeda. She thanked them for having her there. She, hugged them. She introduced herself, acknowledged everything, and she walked off. She didn't, she spoke to Mimi and everything, but she did not buy. She did not entertain that shit. She left, and so for that, you were professional and you took the high road because you could have very easily had come off a stage, and I thought that's what she was gonna do and smack the shit out of Erica Mena, but you didn't. So then we see Spice show up. So it's Spice, BK, Sierra. Who else was at their table? I don't remember. Somebody else I think was at their table, but I don't remember who was at their table. But neither here nor there. Um, the whole thing about BK being a dog came up, and Sierra was like, this little liar right here. Because, Spice was like, well, what's up? I mean, Tokyo was like, well, what did I miss? What's up? And Tokyo was, I mean, she was like, you ain't really missed nothing. You just missed this little liar right here, this little dog. Tokyo talking about some, and she was actually in good spirits, but of course, the minute she walked in, Spice on the other side of the room pointing at her or whatever, and Tokyo's like, why that hoe pointing at me? Like, why she over here? I ain't bothering her. I'm doing my own thing. And of course, Melissa always want to play fucking counselor and shit. BK telling Sierra, you just chill out. Don't have everybody in our business. Sierra was like, you put everybody in our business when you was running around Atlanta fucking all these other women. And so they had that whole little thing going on. BK gonna say in his confessional, yeah, she got me on punishment right now, but by the end of this trip, she gonna be back with daddy. She better not. Your bitch ass. So then we have the pinnacle of the episode. Here come Jasmine and Tierra rolling up on one Rasheeda. So Rasheeda, the first thing Rasheeda said, and she's valid. And then they walked up in there holding hands and shit, like Hansel and Gretel or some bullshit. So the first thing that Rasheeda said was, how, she was like, I know that's not who I think it is. And how the fuck they rolling up into a party that I didn't even know about? Because remember, Kurt surprised her with this party. She didn't plan the after party. Kurt did. So I know the first thing Rasheeda thought about was, Kurt, who this Hoppo? Who this here woman? And everybody ready, because everybody ready to jump on it, because the club full of Rasheeda's folks. And so, Kurt is like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? And finally, Rasheeda was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give this bitch what she want. Kurt, you go ahead and sit down. I'ma handle it. Rasheeda, you a boss bitch. I love you. I absolutely love you. Because you told her what I've been trying to tell her all season. basically, Jasmine was like, well, I just want to apologize to you because that's just not who I am. She was like, no, that is who you are. You're a bitch that sleep with married men. That's who you are. And she was like, well, I mean, outside of the whole, excuse me, she was like, Kurt is not doing what he's supposed to be doing as a father, and Rashida was like, that don't have nothing to do with me. That's between the two of y'all. I don't have nothing to do with that. And I just said it already. I think I've said it twice already. So I'm gonna say it once, twice, three times a lady. You can't make him do nothing. All you can make him do is pay child support. And guess what? He's doing that. You can't make him be a father. And that's his loss. I'm not defending him. That's on him. And that's his loss if he chooses not to be a part of that child's life. It's fucked up because he helped bring that child into this world. However, you cannot make him be a father. And Rasheeda can't make him be a father. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't, if that's what you thought was going to happen and y'all was going to kumbaya and be besties and all that, fuck that. And Rasheeda even said to her, Rasheeda was like, look, outside of the whole you sleeping with my husband thing, the way you carried yourself is what I got a bigger problem with. You put my son on Instagram. You was all up in the blogs. I don't even know if y'all remember, she made a fucking diss record. She actually went into the studio and wrote a song about Rasheeda and Kurt. And so the problem everybody has with you, you keep making it seem like everybody's mad at you and not mad at Kurt over what happened. The problem a lot of people have with you is not just that you slept with Kurt, because it takes two to tango, but it's how you handle the situation after the fact. Had your little pimp last year, trying to run up on Kurt, try to blackmail Kurt, like all that bullshit was extra. And Rasheeda basically let you know, that's my problem with you. You a fucked up individual. That's a quote. You put my son in the blogs, and that's unforgivable. And you are that bitch that I thought you were. And you don't have nothing to say to me. I don't have nothing to say to you. We don't have nothing to say to each other. And she was just like, well, I just wanted to apologize. She was like, and then what? Okay, so you apologized to me. Now what? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? And Jasmine ain't had nothing to say because there was nothing left. Like, I don't know what you thought was going to happen once you finally talked to Rasheeda. I don't know what you thought was going to come of this conversation. But Rasheeda was basically like, look, I'm done. You said what you had to say. I'm done with this conversation and I'm out. And she left her ass standing there looking real fucking stupid and walked off. Because Rasheeda was that boss bitch. She let you say your piece. She let you get the shit off your chest. She let you have your little moment. And she went back to her fucking party and left you standing there looking real fucking stupid. And Kurt just sitting on the couch like, because he better not have said a damn thing. Like, that is not your time to say a goddamn thing. So that is where the episode ends, of Rasheeda giving it to Jasmine. I mean, she let her have it, y'all. She did. She let her have it. But she stayed classy the whole time. She stayed classy the whole time. I think that's about it. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let me know how y'all feel about this video in them comments. Peace.